Thank you for the €5 donation. I appreciate it very much. That's very generous of you. Yeah, I get the point, Luckless. That's a good advice. Might change that in the future. But now it started, and now it's time for some Bloodborne. I haven't played the game in a while, but I saw Luckless play it, I saw Black Morokai play it, and now I'm kinda hooked again, and I want to play it myself. I might be a bit rusty, so this is a small disclaimer, but I hope that I get into the game fairly quick. But before we start finally, a couple of announcements. For one, there's another game giveaway today for Owlboy. Nice little game. Luckless played it some time ago on stream. Looked pretty nice. So if you're interested in Owlboy, just type in !owl, and at the end of the stream I will pick a winner. If you need more information, use !giveaway, and there's a link to the Steam page. And also next Saturday, we, the community of love, Gaming with Love community, I should say, will do a 24-hour charity stream. Make sure to check that out. I personally will stream at 4 a.m. my time with Dark Souls 3. And I think Luckless will start the whole charity stream for Doctors Without Borders for a very good cause with Getting Over It. I can't wait as well. But now, no further waiting. Let's switch to the game screen. And for some reason it doesn't work. Now it works. Okay. And start a new game.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Okay, V, but again, we're streaming for 24 hours, so you might be able to at least catch a glimpse of some of our streams. Of course, joined not only by Luckless, but also by Julie, by Miro, by Squidgeneer, by Falstro, and Aomame. So while I do the other things, you guys can come up with a nice name for our character in Bloodborne. Samuel Brick saying, only thing I know the difference of this from Dark Souls is something about regaining HP by hitting enemies. Yeah, that is a thing. If you are hit, you have a small time window to attack yourself, or attack by yourself, I mean. And when you do that in this time frame, you are able to regain some HP. So the whole gameplay in Bloodborne is much more offensive orientated. You have to be more aggressive against the enemies. You have to move more. It's a lot faster gameplay. Game looks a bit bright, a lot bright. Yeah, that's actually true. Let me see. Can I change brightness? Why is the brightness so much? That's enough, right? Let me know if that's too dark. Don't know why the brightness was all up. That should be fine, right? At least looks fine on my screen. Am I banned forever from the internet if I say I have never seen any Bloodborne? No, you're not, because apparently now you're seeing Bloodborne, so it's not right. You have seen some Bloodborne by now. Let me know if the brightness is fine. Otherwise, I will adjust this even further.
Oh.
I think I can skip that now. And because you have a bright personality, Akko. Oh, that's very nice of you. I haven't put much thought into what kind of character I want to play and how I want to skill him. I'm not much. I don't use the pistol or the fire weapons that much, so I think maybe like strength and skill. I think that's looks pretty good. From there on, I can do either skill weapons or strength weapons. Should be fine. Any suggestions for the name of our character? I have no idea right now, so some help would be very nice. That sounds actually like Luckless. Let's use the Luckless voice. Very burly. Burly upper body. Small head. Large head. I think I will go with standard. I won't change too much. I mean, in the end we won't see too much of the character anyway, so hair, facial hair. Hair is always important. So that's just the color. That looks nice. Oh man, character creation always takes so long. I think I will just pick this, like an elderly hunter. With grayish hair on his final hunt. That's nice, right? Maybe a beard even, like a mustache. Oh, this. That looks nice, like a... I grunt all the time. Beard color, eyelashes, okay, that's fine. Pupils, tattoos, done. I think I'm fine. So if nobody suggests a name, I will pick one. And it is very creatively, it is... It is... Huntbot. Okay, I think we have everything and we can start here. Let's start the game. That took me not as long as I thought it would. Have you completed the DLC by now, Luckless? Are you completely through it? No.
Good. All signed and sealed.
I haven't played the DLC myself
Let's begin
either.
the transfusion.
So eventually we will
don't
get
you
there
worry.
too. I kind of got busy
Whatever
doing other
happens,
things. I think
you
I'm
may think it all
1/4
a
of the way
bad
through. Okay.
dream.
Lovely. At least this time I did not make the mistake.
You found yourself a hunter.
Like in Dark Souls, where I used a notification that was like the invasion sound, and every time the notification was triggered, I freaked out because I thought I got invaded. Hello Xeros, welcome to the stream, and hello Cribbity Crap, welcome to the stream as well. How are you guys doing? And yes, there's a giveaway. If you want to enter the giveaway, just enter !owl. And there's a handwritten scroll, seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. Gross, that's even worse. Yeah, well, Samuel Briggs, you will be in for a treat if you are grossed out by that. Because... okay, gotta learn the controls again. So that is... okay. We'll probably die against the first enemy right away. There we hear the first enemy. Okay, he saw me. Let's slap that booty. Oh! And now you could see that's the regain. As long as my health bar is like this orange color, I'm able to regain some health if I attack him and do some damage. So sometimes it is definitely worth trading hits with the enemy. And as you can see, we don't have a weapon yet, so we do like no damage. Isn't really worth fighting him with bare hands. There's no special reward for that, but it's kind of fun. Also, I learned the controls again a bit. Get into the groove. Aww. Poor little puppy. Oh! I miscalculated that one. Ooh. Now I'm one shot. And I'm dead. Ah! Yeah, it is a little forgiving. So the enemies are also easier stunned than in Dark Souls. So you get a little bit more time to evade them, I feel. And more opportunities. But overall, it's definitely a faster gameplay. GG, that was my no death run. Thank you all for coming by. But now we are introduced to the Hunter's Dream, our hub for the game. I think I played through the game like... I think maybe 2 years ago. Then I picked it up along the way for a little while. But since then I haven't played it. So here we will be able to acquire items like blood vials, that is our healing. For the game, the quicksilver bullets we of course use for our fire weapon. And this inventory, or the shop inventory, will be expanded as we go on. This stall is abandoned, so nothing here. Here we can choose our weapon. I mean, I saw the incredible success Luckless had with a threaded cane as he's played it for the first time. Don't really like the saw cleaver. I think I will stay with the Hunter's Axe. Kind of the boring choice, if I'm being honest, but I like it. So, and for those who haven't played Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or have seen it, every weapon has two modes. So you have the one-handed mode, where you usually have a gun in the other hand, where you have your light attacks, your strong attacks, you can charge them. And then you have the transformation to the other style, and in this case it's kind of like a halberd axe with a new moveset. So that's a big part of the game, learning the moveset of your weapon. There are not as many different weapons in this game like in Dark Souls. However, they are a little more complex, and there is a little more to them, to each of those weapons. So that's the trade-off. A notebook received from the messenger leaves messages with the loyal servants to share them with hunters in the world. So that we can leave advice on the ground. But everything is closed for now, because we need to progress first. For now we only have this one spot to go, and now with the weapon the enemy will be a bit easier to beat. There we are back. There's this werewolf thing, and you can see the eyes are glowing. That means when you die, usually you leave your... Well, there aren't souls, there are blood echoes in this game, but normally when you die, you leave them on the ground, and when you return, you can pick them back up. In Bloodborne, it is that sometimes enemies will eat them in the meantime, and you have to defeat them in order to regain your blood echoes. There we gain our first blood vials. And now we are entering Yarnum, the city in which we spend at least the majority of our time. Already hear some steps. There we have some quicksilver bullets. And I'm always amazed at the level of detail they put in the areas. Like all these little gravestones, and it just looks very dense in terms of details and little objects. I mean, sure, those are just assets they reuse over and over again, but the way there's a good variety of them, and the way they arranged those objects feels makes the area very detailed and dense. Okay, so We get some more blood echoes. Blood vials. Jeez. I swear I played this game before. There is an angry inhabitant of this town. He was not happy with our decision to visit him. So we attack him with our axe. Molotov Cocktails. We can select them as well. They are very useful, especially in the beginning, because most of the beastly enemies are weak to fire. So having some sort of fire attack definitely a help. Yeah, that was a pleasant sound of one of the bosses we will encounter later. Now we talk to the first NPC.
Oh, you must be a hunter. And not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
Samuel Briggs, yeah, so the blood vials are not like assets that they replenish each time you rest. They are just consumable health items. So the more you have, the more you can use. However, you can only carry a certain amount at a time without resting, and every time you rest, the enemies reappear like in Dark Souls. So for now, I think I can carry 10 at a time. There are later items which allow me to carry more at the time, but for now I could have 10. And V, how this asks, how does this game tie into the Dark Souls universe? Not really. So yeah, exactly. Like some people have tried, but there isn't really a connection. There, as far as I'm concerned, there isn't supposed to be a connection. So all connection people make up are kind of weak and just for the point of it. There are some references, but those are more like Easter eggs for those who have played the Souls games, I feel.
Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood. Or so they say. Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders.
That's fine. Before ranch.
Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum, you'll find the Cathedral Ward. Deep within lies the old main cathedral, said to be the source of blood. I haven't heard of pale blood, but that's your best bet if it's anything to do with unique types of blood.
So the note in the beginnings said, seek pale blood to transcend the hunt or something like that. So we basically ask him where we can find this pale blood, and he says the Healing Church is the best place to go if you want some blood.
Across the valley to the east.
I think we exhausted the dialogue here. However, we will return to him later. Much like in more like in Dark Souls 1, to a degree in the other Dark Souls as well. As you progress the game, NPCs will have new and more dialogue to share with you. So I could jump here, however, at the moment I'm not sure where to go or how to proceed, so I will just use the normal way. Oh, come on. And the biggest... Oh, so it's 20 blood vials you can carry at the time. See, it's been a while since I played it, but once they are full, you can't... when you have 20 blood vials, you can't have more than that at a time without some special objects. However, if you pick up more, they go into your storage, and when you rest, your amount of blood vials you carry will replenish from your storage. So let's fight the big guy here. He's a bit tougher. He's like the first actually tough enemy. Other than that, you're mostly fighting crowds of enemies. Ooh, a bit greedy there. Doesn't really give you anything other than some blood vials. There's nothing else here you can find. Can I open this? Yes. So that's a small shortcut I never use, but can't hurt to open it. And you see the inhabitants of this city are prowling the streets because it's the night of the hunt and they're hunting beasts. Usually also the areas where NPCs are marked with those lanterns, because those are incense lanterns who are supposed to drive away or keep away beasts.
Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya? Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, but trot along.
Okay. Not very welcoming, the Yarnamites. So now we have like the first crowd to fight. Oh. So, as you might see, sometimes it's not that bad to trade hits in those exchanges, as long as you have good poise, because when you get your attack through, you will regain almost everything of your health. So, there's another lantern.
Now's your come on. You'd open the door on a night of a hunt. Away with you. Now.
Yeah, so that makes it much more, much fairer to fight those crowds in comparison to Dark Souls, because you are much quicker, you can heal much faster, you can regain health, and if you manage that correctly, you are actually able to fight larger crowds, and that is something, at least to some degree, they adopted the fight mechanics or the enemy mechanics in Dark Souls 3. However, at least in some situations, it didn't really work out, because you as the player weren't as mobile as in Bloodborne. You did not have the same tools as in Bloodborne, but the enemies were just as fast and crowded you just as much like in Bloodborne. So does that mean when I punch V I gain more power? Only when you lost power beforehand. But I don't know how it works in the real world, Frosty, so you can try punching him and maybe you will even get more powerful. Okay, so this is the first real tough situation here because you have the square surrounded with enemies. There are some snipers around. And kind of have to proceed with caution. Now I'm thinking there are also some dogs, and dogs in video games are always terrible. I forgot this item. Quicksilver bullets. So now you could see this little icon next to the item when I picked that up. That just meant that my current inventory is full with 20 bullets and it went into my storage. So now I will try to sprint over to the snipers, take care of them first. Oh, that did not work out. Well, I got stuck. Oh, not good, not good, not good. And panic rolling. Whew. Oh. Where do you guys come from? And I'm dead. Damn it. Got stuck between them. Let's do it again. Also, in order to level up, we will first need some insight, which is more or less the equivalent to humanity in Bloodborne. So, before we get one of those, either by defeating a boss or by finding an insight item, we are not able to level up. Oh, come on. We have to get used to the range and pacing here. Also, I assume that my... Oh! Oh, no! Also, I assume that my blood echoes are with one of those guys in the groups that followed me here. So... that's not nice. I always forget this ambush. Don't know why. But yeah, also the Hunter Axe is very good if you begin this game, especially if you haven't played it before, because it has a nice move set to control crowds. It has those nice long horizontal swings. It has also a vertical attack, so and it does good damage. Currently I'm not even using it to the best of its abilities because I'm a little rusty. Also, the charge of the two-handed is very nice. You have this 360 spin move that covers a lot of distance and also has a lot of range. In my opinion, the best weapon to start with. The meat cleaver is very good as well, but takes some more practice to get used to. When you do so then it's very good. Then it's very good. But in terms of like for a weapon to begin with, I would recommend the Hunter X. Inside, you mean the icon below the currency? Yes, that is inside. And we have currently 0. And when we defeat a boss, when we help defeat a boss, or when we take an item, just like in Dark Souls with humanity, that number will increase. However, there's also, if you have a certain amount... Oh, he has my blood echoes. If you have a certain amount of inside, the game gets a bit harder. You see things, but I won't spoil too much. But it also has some additional mechanics to it, other than just that. Also, it is used as kind of a currency in one of the shops. Luckily, the guy is as good of a shot as I am in PUBG. So. Oh, got to attack me. Bad doggo. Bad dog. Hey, solved it. Very nice. Someone is knocking on the door. I won't let them in. Okay, let's continue. This is actually the spot I most struggled with when I played it the first time in the beginning. Because you have so many enemies, you are shot by 2 snipers from 2 different sides. Basically, it gets worse and worse if you get more. Yeah, kind of. Hello, Crackle Funds. Oh, I say that right. And Moin. I assume you're from Germany then. Well, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Then we have those annoying birds who not only do a terrifying sound, but are also annoying enemies. Why is everyone playing Bloodborne again? I think that some reason for it is that it is the free game of the month if you have PlayStation Plus. So if you have PlayStation Plus, you can get it for free. And I think that's why a lot of people start playing it. Also, there was kind of a community event, I think. And for me, it's just because others played it. Again, I watched them, and then I wanted to play it myself. I heard the footsteps above me. Yeah, the look is very unique. I really like what they did with Bloodborne in terms of design, because, I mean, I really love the Soul series. However, just from a design standpoint, it's like the typical fantasy thing with knights and magic and dragons and stuff. And you don't get as much... I mean, of course, they put their own spin on it. It is very unique, but you, like the bare bones of it, you already saw. But you don't get much of these types of game, playing in kind of a Victorian Gothic area setting with some Cthulhu elements to it. So I really like what they did with that. There's a snipey. Stop barking orders. What do we have? Yeah, now we are full of blood vials. The rest goes into the storage, and if I use 2 of them now and die or rest, I will regain the other 2 from my storage. Okay. I won't deal with them. They are pretty tough enemies for now. I'll just go over here for now. So I'm a bit lost, if I'm completely honest. Oh yeah, okay, now I remember. That is the square we were before. Just on top of that now. I mean, to be honest, with Bloodborne, the main story got, and the whole setting got a little too wacky for my taste. Not, it wasn't bad. It was well done, but it wasn't just. It was not my cup of tea. With the whole stuff that will happen, I won't spoil too much. For a newcomer to the Soul series, which game would you say is beginner friendly? Also, barking dog. Ooh, that's. I mean, it's. I think if you're completely new to the series, it really doesn't matter where to start, because the learning process will be kind of the same with all games. You will be frustrated in the beginning, you will have a hard time, and it will take some time to get used to the controls, to the mechanics and all. However, there is like a certain point, and when you pass that point, you will get the game, you will understand how it works, and then it gets much easier. Maybe, like the thing is, the actual enemies and mechanics get kind of harder by game, because of course the developers needed to create a challenge for the experienced players as well. But I do think that, like in Dark Souls 3, the mechanics get they give you more help as well, so it's hard to say. I don't think it really matters where you start, but you have to be prepared to be frustrated and to put in some time to actually learn it and get over the point of being frustrated and learn how it works. I don't think the lore makes any more sense if you play through them linearly. That is true. So I think in terms of lore, it doesn't matter where you start. Because, of course, there is lore and there is a story, but it is very told in a very indirect way, a very unique way. And I don't think it matters which one you play first. Now I'm waiting for him to get up here. Yeah, I think starting with Dark Souls 1, at least. AI. Starting with Dark Souls 1 makes sense. So I played it recently as well again, and it really holds up still after all this time. Visually and from the gameplay as well. Even as an experienced player who played multiple times through the game, I still feel challenged by the game, still have fun playing it, and I think if you start playing with Dark Souls one, you appreciate the changes more and you can put them in better perspective, I would say. So where's the guy who always drops down? Did he made it up now? I don't want him to attack me out of the blue. Oh! Rat! Did not see that rat coming. Whoa! Slow your roll. That beast, I can confirm, beast is dead. And that is the first armor we find. Again, a small change in comparison to Dark Souls. Not as much armor variation. However, the armors have different attributes, so it's not like you have one super strong armor, but they are good for certain situations. I'll send my dad. He's a pro pest controller. Oh, perfect. I will just wait here, Alpha, and when your dad comes here, we can continue with the stream. In the meantime, I'll just drink coffee, if that's fine. I can put a countdown on, Luckless, if you want, for the Alpha pest control. Come here. Those are some nasty looking rats. Ugh. Who apparently eat throwing knives. Oh, I wanted to jump away from that. So also something you see when I log on to the enemies, I don't roll like in Dark Souls, but I do these side steps. To serve the same purpose, but are much quicker, and you can much more easily circle around enemies like that. See? See? Also, it doesn't cost as much stamina. If I'm not logged on, I'm still rolling. So those are just some additional mechanics. Don't worry, I watch game theory and hearing MadPat's nonsense. All in all, it's just a game. Samuel Briggs says, I am not sure if I quite understand, but I will not in agreement, just because. This little area is pretty hidden. If you don't know about it, like you saw that I had to break some barrels in order to find the way down here. Oh, I thought I was safe behind the wall. That was rude. So now you see I only have 18 blood vials, although I have more in storage, but they only get refilled if I rest, and then of course the enemies respawn as well. Okay, now we're back at 20, and I think for now we can head back up here. If I can find the ladder, of course. I think it's on the other end. But this little hidden area at least brought us some blood echoes and also the new armor, which is straight up better than the starting armor. That character looks badass. Yeah, I really like this armor. We'll take a moment for the appreciation. It looks very nice, right? Especially if you have like all the blood splattered all over you. Okay. So now don't think I will go up there for now. I will go back here. What? Be an awesome Halloween costume. Oh yeah, for sure. I saw some pictures of some very cool cosplay of this. I mean, that is a look you can still rock. I mean, you would get some strange looks, but it would still look pretty awesome. Like in fall, stormy weather, your coat is blowing, you wear that. It's a little Jack Sparrow. Well, kind of. A little bit, maybe. Not a fan of the small cape, though. Okay, they having a grand old time.
I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt.
Rude.
Oh, you poor, poor thing. I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh,
Okay. They're just mocking us. Not very nice, but I mean, what can you do, right? Doggos! Dog killing. Oh man, dog. Telling you, dogs in video games. More cold blood dew, which is like soul items in Dark Souls. If I consume them, I get blood echoes. First, checking out this. I watch too many videos of people playing scary games. I always get the feeling that someone will bust through a wall and shake you like a ragdoll. I mean, this game does have some jump scares in it. Some more cold blood dew. Okay. In the sewers, I mean. Oh. Blood vial. No mercy for wheelchairs. That is a very good message, because this guy will attack us immediately if we take this. Pungent blood cocktail. Oh, there's also another note. When the hunt began, the healing church abandoned us, blocking the great bridge to the Cathedral Ward, as they burned Yharnam to the ground on that moonlit night. Yes, we will enter that burned part of Yharnam later in the game. Bloodstone shard, that is the upgrading material in Bloodborne. Don't think he has anything new to say.
Across the valley to
No.
that's you.
Not yet. Later, though. Later we have to talk to him. Now, So my plan now is to get the first insight so we can level up. It isn't too far away, but I still have to make it. But as you can see, that shortcut was pretty important. If I don't have that, it's hard to get back here. So now I don't have to, if I die, I don't have to redo the whole encounter with a bunch of people.
You're a hunter, aren't you? Then, well, do you know of any safe places?
Do we know of any safe places?
I've heard I have. Shutting up
Yeah,
them doors
even
is
people in
always nice.
wheelchairs are deadly.
Well, if you hunters got off your asses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear?
Oh, I'm obligated.
So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not?
Yeah, we have to
No respect for the elderly. is
come
what
back to
happens.
her later because
That's
there will
what
be
you
a few
outside
people
see.
who
Go
look
on.
for refuge.
Admit it. You think we're all mad, don't you? Well, go and
And the way that how it works is we basically find two places we can send them to, and they will actually go there. And then, so when we found the places, we can tell them, okay, go to place 1 or place B. And depending on where we send them, it will have some different effects on them. I'm not saying any more, but that's how it goes. So now I do want to drop that down without falling down myself. Because I remember there are no enemies on top of here, so difficult thing with the Hunter Axe is he always does like this little step forward. They saw me from down below. Don't shoot me, please. But there's also this way, and that leads us to the first NPC we can see, I think. So it's an NPC.
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
Blood Hunter's Mark work like the homeward bones in Dark Souls. If we use them, we return, I think, directly to the Hunter's Stream or to the last lamp we rested
Prepare
at.
yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
Okay.
Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts? No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves.
And we get maybe the coolest emote in the game.
What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
Ah, Hunter must hunt. Yeah, exactly. So now I can use the Shake of Cape emote. That's a nice one. I really like that. So now we met her, and as you might know from the Dark Souls games, that also started her quest line, which will continue as we continue. Now I'm thinking about where the best place is to drop down here. Because I don't want to like fall right into a mess. Talking about a mess, it was basically as messy as... Oh! How did he... I thought I was out of range. Okay, we have to go back there. Random spectre is random. But good that we opened the shortcut, because now it's not as far away. I only have to go through here. And once we can level up a few levels, we can also take some more hits, because I think in this game it is that with every level you gain, no matter where, in which skill you invest your level, you will also gain some resistances. So this will all be much easier soon. And there's it can be tricky here. If you're not familiar with the areas, it's hard to make out where the enemies are, from where they come, what movement they have. It's probably Manchester, but not quite right. Out of range. Did you see that thing he used? Well, good point. I mean, obviously I wasn't out of range. I just thought that I was out of range, which was my mistake. Hi. It is fun to play the game again, though. Those enemies are pretty strong, by the way, especially in the beginning. Nice. One combo is enough for them. Awesome. So he will probably have our souls, yeah. There we can see the glowing eyes. And now I have to watch out for the sniper back there. Oh yeah, he saw us. So we got our blood echoes back. That's the most important part here. With that amount, we will be able to level up at least a few level. And we are pretty close to the inside... to the inside item. So... we will be able to level soon. There are items I forgot. Let's get the... By the way, did the things respawn up there? No. Good. Wasn't sure about that. Okay, now... First of all, so I know that there's another sniper somewhere here, but I'm not sure where. Or am I there? Mixing it up? No, the sniper saw me. Didn't want to do that. I think I'm in trouble now. Or am I? That wasn't too bad. I thought that this might have been certain death. It was only close death. Oh! That is rude, though. Especially with him coming along. Get away! Away! Now the bloodstone shard. Oh. That does not only hurt my feelings, but also my body. Damn grandpa with his sniper rifle. More cold blood dew. Okay. Can be tricky here with those two snipers and the beast. Okay. Let's now move here. There will be some more crows. Oil urn. If you throw an oil urn on an enemy, he is more susceptible to fire. And since beast enemies are susceptible to fire anyway, or weak to fire, you can stack up some pretty nice damage against those, especially against bosses. Now. Let me see. Where's the way? Here's the way. Oh, right. I forgot that I kind of have to drop down there. But not too bad. So let's see. At least two ways. Can drop down on both sides. Some items on both sides. Oof. 2 bloodstone shards. So we will also be able to upgrade our weapon. Very soon. There's the leather. Now we're going down on the other side. Hello. I hit at least one with that, and it's still alive. Damn it. No! God damn it. How did he evade that last one? So this should be the Madman's Knowledge, and with that we will gain 1 insight. So now I only have to check if there's another item I missed. Because I fell down, and I think then I will use the Hunter's Mark to get back to the lamp. And then we should be able to level up. Of course, there's nothing. Okay. So I'm not sure if I have to... Well, I think I will use the Madman's knowledge before. Then I will use the Old Hunter's Mark. I messed that up. Okay. So now you see we have a 1 inside under our blood echo count. And now we can do this. I think then I'm pretty close to fight the first boss. Yeah, I think I will do that pretty much right after that. So now we return to the Hunter's Dream. Okay, there's also this on the ground. What's this? Consume insight and ring the beckoning bell to enlist the cooperation of hunters from other worlds. So that is the co-op mechanic. Consume insight and ring the old hunter's bell to enlist the cooperation of all hunters. Okay, so now, as you can see, this doll seems to be quite awake. So let's talk to her.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit.
Okay, let's talk to her first.
Did you speak with German? He was a hunter long, long ago, but now serves only to advise them. He is obscure, unseen in the dreaming world. Still, he stays here, in this dream. Such is his purpose.
Okay. Something more?
Ah, the little ones. Inhabitants of the dream. They find hunters like yourself, worship and serve them. Speak words they do not. But still, aren't they sweet?
She means the little skeleton heads that come out of the ground, and also that we saw in the beginning cutscene, those little guys. Those little guys, right beneath my feet there. That's who she means. Aren't they cute? Well... okay.
They speak
Now she repeats herself. Use blood echoes to raise stats and level up.
very well. Let the echoes become your strength.
I really like her accent though. Now, how many levels can we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 levels. And a 6th one if I take one of the consumables. So now is the big question: what to do? I don't quite know, to be honest. I think for beginning, I'm not quite sure which weapon I will use later down the road. So there's one weapon that is basically my favorite weapon as well. However, it's like the favorite weapon of 90% of all Bloodborne players, or at least the preferred weapon of 90% of the Bloodborne players. And I'm not sure if that's quite boring if I use that one. Maybe I will keep it open for now in which path I go, and I will put in 2 in vitality, 2 in strength, and 1 in skill for now. So we can go both ways with that later. Also, let me...
Farewell, good heart. May you...
Yeah. Let me take one of the consumables so I can get another level. Oh, that was too much.
What is it? Very well, let me...
Okay. And then I think I will go 1 in endurance. I do like having lots of endurance just because then I can use very mobile and also have longer combos. It is not as important as in Dark Souls, though.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Thank you very much. You're very nice. So we can talk to him. No updates on the stock yet. So could sell items. Not really interested in that. And there's German she was talking about. So let's talk to this old man. He does not attack us out of his wheelchair.
Aha! You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am... Gehrman.
Okay.
Friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
Okay.
This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the doll, should it please you.
I pass.
This was once a
Even the doll. Okay. So now here we can see some hunter's weapons, some old ones, and a very special one. Those might recognize who know the game. Here on the workshop we can fortify weapons using bloodstones. Yeah, there I could reinforce my hunter's axe, and I think I will do that for now because we will still use it for some time at least, and so there's no reason not to upgrade it. And something else, later we can put in gems to make them even stronger. You can see that above the stats there's symbols. The hunter axe has 3 slots for them, and depending on the type of gem we can put different ones in there. Have to go. Happy hunting. We'll drop by again. Thank you very much, Crackle fans. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good day or night, and I'll be glad to see you again soon. So this is the memory altar. There we can do something with later. To escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beasts, lest the night carry on forever. Okay. Okay. Then also, let's take some time to explore this area. We have this little garden. And sometimes German and the doll wander around. Like German sometimes is here sleeping. You can talk to him. Here we can change the messengers, or at least they have like little costumes you can find throughout the game. Then they are dressed up a little bit. This is a special grave. This one is a... There we can acquire items with our insight. This will be more important later and more filled later. Then we have those one. Those are for the chalice dungeons. We will be able to enter those later. Dungeons to farm and get some additional stuff. Also some random generated dungeons. I find them pretty repetitive and not as much fun in single player. However, they are fun to go through if you do co-op. Like I really like doing that. Just summon someone and then you plow through tons of enemies. But for now, I will get ready to fight the first boss. And before I do so, I will need to make me some additional coffee and take a small break. However, it won't take long, just a few minutes, so stay tuned. I will be back soon.